guys have been taking names. These guys have been taking victories against the top dogs of the region. Now we're going to get to see if they keep that form up here on Inferno.
Yeah, and just to note, Mike, to qualify for Blast, they had to beat Extra Salt for the first time ever because they were 0-9 prior to that point, and they managed to come out with the victory. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. They are really coming into form.
Towards Banana. Something we always talk about with RBG is they are excellent when that first plan works out. Not so much. You gotta go. Okay. Nice early connection here for Chop. Always a good way to get started for them. Exchange down mid. And it seems like this is going to be a B hit. It seems like this is going to be the motion. It seems like they're going to come on in. And Safety wants to hold the line, but he's only good for one. And Axt is playing for them? Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say Wiz is not here. It's Axe in his place unless that's an issue with the HUD, but I don't think so.
This is their coach. Okay, so I guess Wiz unavailable today. Their coach will be stepping on into the server. That's a further limitation. Axe. Ripper of a shot there from Bigu. We'll talk about Axe a little bit more after this round. This is looking like a pretty hopeless retake here unless Nekiz and Bigu Zera can hit some really nutty headshots. They just don't have the health to contest for this. Try and pair together and go in from spawn, but this is pretty hopeless. It might even just back away. They've got some money worth saving. That's going to be the first drop. Bigu. Even connected on the second. Holy cow. That was split second. So Walco does prevent that from getting out of hands, but paiN Gaming does some serious damage in that round. Okay, so Axed, he's their coach. He's coming back in. Young Tommy. I guess we'll be competing here, presumably without having Wiz available. Let's see if he's posted anything about it on Twitter, if we can get any of the details.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's going to take up the op duties as well. I'm not sure. I really don't see who else would do it. Maybe Jitter, but anyway, Safety is going to jump over here and look in towards mid with the scout, and he gets domed after peeking into window. Walco taking him down for the count. 5v4 in favor of RBG, and they're going to make it a quick 5v3. PKL got a little too eager coming into Boiler, and he got punished for it, Mike.
All right, well, I attempted to creep on both Axed and Wiz's Twitters, and I have found no information, folks, so I'm just in as much in the dark as all of you. What I will say is this is a nice way to start out when you have to deal with your coach playing. I don't know what kind of form Axed has been in lately. I think he still plays fairly regularly. I know he was tweeting about like FPLC type things recently, so I'd imagine he still competes on a fairly regular basis, at least in informal games. And at least for this round, paiN is going to go for a little bit of a stack here towards A, and well, RBG is about to find themselves a vacant site.
Kiss could have a clean shot here, and he does. Jitter goes down. Nice little Wandy coming through from paiN, and now, well, I mean, RBG reading that there's a player on there, perhaps predicting a stack could be in place. So they take the chance, they go to the B site, use a ton of utility to clear it out, and Mike, it is free and clear for the taking, so they're going to get this bomb plant.
Bomba down. Round over.
Yep.
A little bit of something taken here. I mean, there's a scout at least for Nekiz to work with. There's a Mac 10, and the Deagle on Bigu Zera. We know how dangerous the paiN Gaming squad can be, really, if you give them anything to get into a round. And they've also got oodles of utility, all things considered, to bring through. So if they survive with these three, it's not going to be the worst scenario we've ever seen for a third round. I would even go so far as to say it's a pretty good third round when you lose the first two. The big threat, of course, is going to be Safety trying to find something early with the scout. Provided RBG can avoid that, should be a pretty clear path to the first race.
Just to note, Mike, the last time Axe competed was pretty recently, actually, last season, in Season 37 with the Commission. He played in ESEA Advanced for 9 matches, so certainly not going to be too cold. It hasn't been that long since he's competed, and of course, he was in Premier for a couple of seasons as well. So he's certainly capable of filling in here. The question is, can he pull off the op with the same proficiency as Wiz, assuming he runs it. We don't know yet if that will be the case. But anyway, we're going to go into round number 3 here. Seifa is going to look in. And he's going to tag Axe down to 31. That's not too bad. Axe going to try to follow Hex down Banana, and Hex uses a bit of utility to gain some space, but paiN is not really going very aggressive on this Banana hold.
Gotta soften them up. Okay, Jitter. He's not going to bother softening. Going straight in for the spin cycle. That'd be a cool nickname for a player. I don't know how you'd earn it, but the spin cycle would be a dope nickname for a player. Gotta think this one through.
It would be. Yes.
How do I dub someone the spin cycle? What did I need to pull off? Maybe they're just a big Bison user?
I would think more like 3 crazy flicks or something like that.
Yeah, where they have to turn
Like
to get
where
each
they
of
have
them.
to turn a lot. Yeah.
They wind up in a full 360 to pull off the clutch. Oh,
Yes.
This is interesting. Another stack for paiN. Huh. This I find a little more surprising because then what do they want to do if they take all these guns through to the next round, right? I guess there's no harm in just dumping the scout and the Mac and reinvesting, or even just dumping the Mac and reinvesting.
I would guess that Seife is going to stick with the scout, and then Hardzao is going to keep the MAC-10, and they'll just buy up around them and make it work.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Very conservative calls early here for paiN, which is not something that we normally say about paiN gaming that much.
No.
Especially with the Deagles, they tend to like to push the envelope, see what they can get, but they're not about it here. They're not about this life. PKL, the least to save, will go hunting. Well, he's just found a MAC-10. Don't know that that's
That's not
that
too
much
bad.
better. But it's a nice kill.
Did he just drop the Mac?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He doesn't want that trash.
Well, it's going to be 3-0 for RBG, and let's talk about paiN a little bit in terms of their map pool. Their top 3 maps in order of round differential are Nuke, Dust 2, and Inferno. So Inferno's right up there. I mean, they've got 31 games played so far this year on it, 22 wins, only 9 losses, and a plus 96 round differential. So they're very proficient here. RBG good as well. It's their second best map, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's a good start for RBG at the very least with a 3-0 lead, but you are going to see that scout and the MAC-10 carried over into this round, Mike. So they want to see if they can make it work and perhaps build up a little bit of utility. A little bit of economy in their back pockets.
All right, early predictions. Axed somehow
Yes.
top frags this map. I don't know whether that means RBG wins or not, but I do know that's my bold prediction. I'm here for it. I'm here for the coach God clutch play. He went over, he broke Wiz's wrists. He's like, my time to shine. So he steps into the roster. No, I'm sure there's just some sort of a conflict for today.
Yeah.
There's just been a whole lot of CS played lately by these guys in particular. Coming off a frag, coming into into the frag qualifier, coming into this. Sometimes life gets in the way.
Yeah, definitely. And they did finish 3rd at frag, which is really, really good. Taking home $7,500. So nice work for RBG. They just can't solve party astronauts, it seems, nor the bad news bears. So that's, they're trying to crack that top 5, but every time they run into a wall, seemingly. Although they have been able to push them to 3 maps as of late. Either way, RBG are going to send 5 players charging down Cat. You have 1 hanging back around mid that's chopped just to use some utility towards the A site and maybe drag another player over on the paiN side. And you see Seife kind of leaning over a little bit, but now he's going to go to the B site. All the utilities raining on in. Here they come. Hardzao waiting with the MAC-10. He will get nothing. Hex takes him down. Bigu finds the trade, and of course, there are a lot of players lit here on both sides, but more so on the paiN side because Seife and Bigu are down to 18. Yeah, what a shot for Jitter, and that will be a save here.
What on earth? What on earth? paiN being a little stumped into some of these rounds. See if he's going to stick around and see if he can't get one more. I don't think so. Not today. Not with 3 health. Can't even be in the same vicinity of that bomb. Can't smell the explosion or you're gone. Just 1 whiff of the vapors. He's out of here. So, RPG kicking it off to a 4-0. Looking very snappy on these rounds.
Yeah.
I like what I'm seeing from the old red black ball.
Look, you can never count out RBG. That's why I love this team so much. And, I mean, one day they might go up against those bad news bears or party astronauts and surprise us. And even against paiN right here. Mm-hmm. Who knows what's going to happen? They haven't gotten a map in a best of 3 yet, but it might happen here today. And to note, 6 of 9. Oh, sorry, Mike, were you going to say
Oh,
something?
no, go ahead. I was just going to say the thing that I love about RBG is their consistency and their consistent improvement, right? The core's been together for over 2 years now. And they've gone from very low level CS, playing main, to being regular fixtures of Premier and competing in these kind of tournaments. They're in DreamHack next week as well. This is sort of the ideal image of the zero to hero path to pro of a team actually sticking together and battling it out. And it's just such a rarity that it's very refreshing to see. A dash to the smoke going to be punished here, but Waldo doesn't expect the second, fortunately. Got a teammate close at hand to trade. And I like Chop's positioning here in the apartments as well. A lot of information from them to operate off of. He's going to start to spread this defense thin, and Chop's going to get a little bit more info. They won't expect to stack up on the porch. One player on high, one player on low. It's a bit of an unusual posture, but if they just head in towards B, well, only one man to receive them.
Yeah, RBG. Not yet leaning towards that B site, and you see 2 players waiting here on porch, one on the rooftop and one below.
Now, here's the problem with this set, John.
Yeah.
Someone comes out the hallway.
Yes.
You got to have the mid players come through first. Here they go. Here's the motions. Oh, the flashes are dodged. PKL takes 2, and there's the third because they hadn't even spotted Nekiz yet. Now they can focus on this hall player. Jitter out a little bit too late to help his teammates out. Still reads the player on the flower pot at the cost of half his health. Oh, he's going to have to cross this. Does he have a smoke? He does. Does he commit the smoke, or does he try and do this dry? Dry would be a mistake. It'd be a blunder, but he somehow slips past the angle.
Oh,
crosses
no!
again? You lunatic. He had to do it. He didn't have time otherwise. No, he probably could have wrapped Arch. Anyway, bomb's going to go down. End result, he's a madman. Holy cow, this nade will finish the round. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, little too deep in towards the site. Needed a softer bounce on that. Still safe. He should know he has a player section off. There's really only one spot he can be in. How does safe you want to approach this? The drop off the balcony is going to be critical. You can't mistime this. Otherwise, your aim will be set at an awkward moment. Jitter could swing right off that audio. There's the check. Really had no choice, but it will be a round win. Can we talk about how insane of a person Jitter is to cross that not once but twice?
Yeah, and not use the smoke either. He got lucky too, because Seifa was trying to pull out some utility right when he crossed again, because he didn't think that guy was. He didn't think he was going to do it either. Who does that, right?
What? Yeah.
It was crazy, but yeah, paiN, great job. That setup, it was a bit of a risk, like you said, to put one on porch and one on the rooftop above it, but it works out if the players come through mid, and that's exactly what happened. Jitter almost made it viable, of course, with that nice 2K, but they could not close it out, and paiN are on the board. And I just wanted to mention, Mike, RBG, in the 9 maps they played against paiN, 6 times, 67% of the time, they go to 27 or more rounds. So they're almost always competitive against this paiN roster.
Yeah. And what's really interesting to me is what we're seeing from paiN is this round not so much, but we have seen in the early rounds a lot of stacks and a lot of gambles. And that to me is a sign of respect, right? We don't think we can just take you playing our normal default with Eagles or with Scouts. Gonna have to get a little bit risky here. So one thing you'll hear frequently from teams in the North American region is that RBG is a team that people respect, right? It's one of the better practice partners to have around here. And it's just, they do get shown a healthy dose of it. So maybe they're not quite on the level of competing with the big boys every game, every series, but certainly one that you can't take lightly. And you'll see paiN not taking them lightly at all. There's no aggression being shown here. They've very much fallen back in towards the default. Pretty vanilla right now. He's got Bigu walking down the arch, 2 players in towards site. The op's on B, so that'll be required to rotate if this hit does come through. The question is, what can these rifles do in the meantime? Their utility somewhat low. Bigu, one more Molotov to section off an initial advance, and the player in the pit doesn't see the guy bound. Oh, a little bit of a missed opportunity here, but somehow still going to get the damage. They both were on the site. There's 2 in the pit, 1 in the pit. And PKL's going to have to do a lot from this position, but they didn't even line up. Look at the damage done. Still with 4 players still alive, this might just ultimately be a save. Probably not any longer. Safety hits a ripper of a shot. Needs support, though. The rifle needs to come in to mop up these players, and now that the op's been lost, Hex just spamming through on the angle. Does Hardzal want to go for this? No?
He doesn't. He just wants the op, yeah.
Huge missed opportunity.
Yeah, unbelievable work there. Honestly, yeah, I felt like paiN should have had that opening frag. You're absolutely right, Mike, in the apartments, and they should have been able to shut down that push. But all the utilities started flying in, flashbangs were out, and paiN Gaming just couldn't deal with the onslaught. Not to mention Hex coming out with a 4K in that round, doing all the damage for his squad and helping them get to a 5th on the board. Hex will chase. He tries for the ace. You can't really blame him, but Hardzao is going to spot him out. Tons of money for RBG, so of course they can take those types of risks. And I do want to talk about Hex a little bit. You see there, sure. 297 damage in round 6 and an 87 ADR with those 4 kills, but he's been their best player by far over the last month. 24 maps played, 464 frags with a plus 75 kill to death differential, along with an ADR, again leading the team at 83.2 and 37 3 kill plus rounds, including 7 4Ks and an ace, and well, now 8 4Ks after that round. So he is certainly one to keep an eye out for throughout this BO3. Welcome. Going to be pushing up banana here. RBG. Oh, there's the audio cue. That's not good.
Nice nade damage to force Bugazera off the play, but they've got a huge read. And I haven't given up that audio. I haven't given up that information off the util. What does RBG want to do here in response? Because we have seen these stacks deployed quite a bit. So they might be wondering if a gamble's coming through. They're coming back around. That's going to give the op an opportunity to miss. Great miss for safety. I think he may have been flashed off that angle. We didn't see it from his perspective, but I'll have a chance to reset. Not punished just yet. RBG being very methodical about this. That boost up over the smoke is clever. Lot of control and vision now for Chop. He's basically clearing out the pit, and I think Safety's actually posturing to be able to save this AWP. He'll lock down Arch. He'll wait for teammates here, but if he doesn't have the numbers, if he doesn't have the support, if he's going to do this, he'll keep pressing in. So bold. I mean, it is Safety, right? Axe is holding on the angle.
Yeah.
Coach. A manager. Not quite as quick on the trigger as you might have hoped there. Maybe that gives them the impetus to come back through. I think the big question is, do they kill Walko here? He's going to try the attempt. There they go. Now there's another rifle to devote to the retake. And Safety almost with the catch. That would have been the bomb as well coming around the corner. That could have been a catastrophe because there's only 9 seconds to spare. Bomb does go down. Safety will keep at least one player section in the side. He knows it. Oh, what a ripper from Hex, who's having a game right now. A map 1. Now it's Chop in the apartments, who did do a little desk pop to give his position away. Maybe that's the old bump your keyboard click. And it might just have given up his life. Now they're going to be retrieved on the path towards this retake. They're coming on out. There's the Halls pop. There's the swing. Pressure onto the graveyard player. Jitter's playing this well, though. Buying so much time, and that is going to run off enough clock for this to be another round win. More than that. A little bit of an exit kill. Don't know if that's worth it. Don't know if that's worth it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, paiN's still going to be able to buy up here, so they should be okay. But yeah, lots of craziness happening towards the end of that round. It's 6-1 in favor of RBG. One player that I'm keeping an eye out for on the RBG side as well is Jitter. He obviously is replacing Classia, who really did perform well at Fragadelphia for the RBG side and was part of the reason why they were able to finish in 3rd place. But Jitter is no slouch himself. Last season in Premier playing for Secret Club, and he was one of their most reliable riflers. So, I mean, I think we could see potentially even a bit of an improvement in RBG with Jitter. And that's also to note, Mike, they have not played against paiN with Jitter in the roster, and as I'm talking about it, Seife takes him out with the op.
Whole lineup for Bigu. He actually only gets one of those, but the aggression down mid is working out. It's all come down to one man, and the nade will chase. All right, paiN. Looking a little sleepy here at the beginning of the game, but that round might just snap them back through some good old-fashioned paiN aggression. Get up in their faces and secure the round right off the rip.
It's good to see it. You know, you were mentioning it was missing. It's their play style. That's what we look forward to when we're watching them, and there you go. Aggressive banana control, Bigu getting a couple on the board for himself, and that should wake them up a little bit, you would think. Oh my goodness, Mike! That's the 3rd time Hex has won a 1v1 duel with Seife. I mean, what the heck is going on?
I mean,
So
he
it
was
doesn't
a little
matter.
excited there. Yeah. The issue is he tried to jump into the molly. The molly faded at just the right moment to not have the smoke land correctly. But that's fine. That's fine. I mean, just a ripper of a shot. Damage now in. They know they got a player committed log. Got smoke for this. Smoke comes down just at the right moment. Otherwise, Biguzero was a dead man. Jeez Louise. I
Yes.
feel like it's been a while since we've had this kind of game out from Hex, right? Like, he used
Yes.
to be the guy for RBG. When they first came up to Premier at that kind of level, he was the guy who fragged out for them and was an absolute star. And he's still been good. I don't want to take anything away from
Yeah, yeah.
him, but you don't usually see him completely command the scoreboard in games like he used to.
Yeah, he had a much slower season in Season 37. It was more Walco, in fact, the IGL taking the lead there, but we're going to see some action come through. PKL gets one, Axe trades it out. PKL's trapped here, and he will get overloaded by Axe and Walco. So you have Hard Zone Bigu on the outside looking in. Not much utility to work with, Mike, and it's going to be another save, you would think. Oh my goodness, RVG, I mean, they're not deterred at all. They bounce right back for what will likely be a 7th round victory.
All right, so let's talk about what paiN's doing here, because I will be quite frank. I don't really like it very much. The results are obvious in terms of the way they're losing, but what they're doing is they're playing very defaulty. They're playing a very vanilla brand of Counter-Strike right here, and they're sitting pretty far back in a lot of these rounds. Maybe they're going for one little poke around with Safety in towards mid, but then after that kill comes in, they just kind of buddy up on their sights. And to be quite frank, that's the kind of CS RBG thrives with, right? That is where they are best, where you set up and let them come try and pick you apart. So that aggressive round was good. Maybe we see a little bit more of that. Just something, an apartments push. I mean, aggressive banana control. Hard to do without the nades, but they have the nades now. Aggressive banana control. Something to section off some map control from RBG early on and just try and apply a little bit of pressure. Because right now, I mean, this RBG team looks looks phenomenal. I don't want to take anything away from them, but they're also being allowed to do exactly what they want to do in every round.
Well, one thing that's helping is Hex being able to deal with Seifa that a lot of teams can't find the answer to him. And, well, at least for the time being, RBG is holding him down, but you can't imagine that's going to last throughout the entire BO3 because he is a monster. The last month, he's got 291 frags, a plus 85 kill to death differential, and 24 3-kill plus rounds, including 6 4K, so he is going to pop off at some point. Just not yet. Oh my goodness, another great entry here for RBG into the apartments this time. Chop gets one, but Nikiz with the answer and more. 2 go down, Chop and Jitter dropped. And now it's a 4v3 in favor of paiN as Walco looking to get a response here. Goes into Boiler. Looking for a target, but nothing will be given to him as paiN know they have the advantage. They've fallen back for a more passive hold, Mike.
Here goes the Usil. They're going to isolate this fight towards Arch. I like this call, but it is going to be Biguzero on the other line. He's going to hold him at bay. Axe, nice trade. We go for Axe. Walco left to do the damage, but wins that first fight. They're peeking for him. Neck is his position for the trade. It's going to be left to Axe. The man who is stepping in here. The coach. Underfooting his way on site, trying to bait out a response from the Halls player. It's not a bad play. You have to get the ball money at the very least. It's the presence from the library. That's not going to happen. And Neckys will have this shot. His 4th kill of the round. paiN Gaming convert through, but it is taking these big individual performances for them to get rounds.
Absolutely is. I mean, Nikiz had to stand on his head, as you mentioned, just to come out with that 3rd round victory. And not forgetting that every single round victory for paiN has been isolated by RBG. They've really had the economy to fall back on every single time, and this will be no exception. They're going to be bringing the AKs through once more. And this time, well, Hex has to settle for a MAC-10, but that's not too bad. You know, you can go down Banana and do a lot of damage with that good old SMG. Heading into round number 11, though, it's looking great for RBG. They got a 4-round lead, off to a very hot start, off the back of an awesome performance from Hex.
Here comes the push. Aggression down Banana. This is what we wanted from paiN. We wanted them to section off some of the map.
Yeah.
Now, giving it up for free, don't know about that, but Hard Out will be info jumping, so there it's going to allow them to rotate the numbers. Timely nade.
Oh, yeah, but it got caught on the right in the corner there, so it didn't really go out in where it was supposed to.
I think it probably still would have done, like, 30 damage is about as good as you can expect from an HE, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you can't be upset about that. It is going to be a play back in towards Banana, it seems, but there's the info here from Hard Zao. He'll float a second player, has a smoke as well to cover this off. Oh, has to avoid that first shot. But does successfully manage to do so. Does this bring the third player over? Does this bring Safety back to bear? Nice smoke. Good timing here. There's no Molotovs available anymore. Another smoke would be nice. They're going to come through. First player down, a second as well. A massacre here. The crossfire working out, and this is how you do it. Hard Zao was even going to come in for that knife if the bullet didn't find him first. Screw the reload. Just go for the kill. paiN Gaming. That's a round cleanly converted through. And here's the difference. Here's what they did. Aggression down Banana. Zone that out. Then when you rebuff them off their initial attempt towards A, they fall back in towards Banana. They have to waste a lot of time clearing that out with utility. You drop the smoke to slow them down further. That allows you to get the rotates back over. And boom, they're forced to come into the smoke via the time. So that's a nice round from paiN Gaming. Nice round called, nice round executed.
Yeah, gonna need more of that, and yeah, now they're right back to it with the aggression down Banana. I think part of the problem was as well, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a meaty nade. Walco and Jitter go down to half health each, and Nanakiz is positioned very well to do some damage against Chop, but maybe sensing something is amiss, he will back off, and that is the right call, because he would have been pincered any moment. But yeah, no, good job by paiN, sectioning off Banana, taking that aggression, and like you said, finding those frags as they, well, usually do. And even at the end there, I think, yeah, Hard Zao. Switching to your secondary is always faster. Maybe your knife even better? I don't know. Okay, it's going to be one. Yep, yep.
He kill. Little poke. Little prod. Little kill found. Just the Glocks. And the one peek pity. The one peek pity will get itself a kill. There we go, Axe. There we go. Gotta root for the coach when the coach is standing in, man. Much less when it's Axed. Love to see it.
Yeah, this... Sorry, Mike.
I was just going to say, if you don't love to see, if you're an RBG fan, is this particular round.
Yeah, and I just wanted to finish my thought from earlier. I think part of the reason why the aggression was a little bit lacking is because of how many rounds RBG picked up in a row. And on the CT side, it's hard to build up that economy when you keep losing so many rounds. So they couldn't really go for that Banana aggression that they would have liked to. But now, having a bit of a foundation built up under them, they are able to continuously challenge for Banana, and that will isolate the map, of course. Timeout called here by RBG. I just want to talk things over. Can't really blame them because paiN's on a bit of a run, 4 in a row.
What's the antidote here? I will say it's easy to get coach input when the coach is live in server with you, right?
Yeah.
Direct
for sure.
input.
I'm still curious to see who's going to be running the op mic, which we won't find out, of course, until a CT side, because RBG typically goes AKs across the board anyway on their T side of Inferno.
This is also the one way to get coach input, actually, while you're in the RMR events, right? Because you can't have coaches in server with you or in the room with you. So
maybe it's
1,000 IQ play.
Exactly.
1,000 IQ play for Wisdom available right now. Okay, little shot, little exchange there. Zera. Find something.
Looks like RBG are, well, quite heavily leaning towards this B site. Seifa has rotated around, and there's a Molotov thrown through. Flashbang as well, so there will be an angle isolated by RBG, and now Chop gets that frag on Hard Zao. So the A site, excuse me, the B site has been cleared. Seifa is going to try and move around to get a response here, but he has to wait for the reinforcements. 2 of them going to be coming from Banana, Mike.
Yup, further push back. Time's going to start to whittle away. Be a major concern. They do have a ton of utility for this retake, though. Right? Like, mollies can rain down, smokes, flashes, whatever you want. It can rain down. Hellfire up on the site. There's going to be the first. There's the second coming in. That second one is really well placed to burn out 2. Out in the open goes 1. Forcing the church is the other. Damage being done. Safe lost. Here comes a bit of a massacre. Player by the second oranges. This is critical. Oh, they've walked past him. Walko trying to buy the time, and he'll get both. They walked past him. They lined up for him. They completely forgot there's 2 oranges. And him playing tuck, him playing patient, that secures the round.
You gotta check that. Unbelievable.
They were both looking the same way. They really assumed he was in the dark corner.
Yeah, they were going for the double peek, but they didn't have the info to go for that, so it was very strange. Perhaps they thought they saw something or thought they heard something, and that's why they went there. It had to be something. But Walko, well, he's happy with that gift to get his team back on the board and an 8th round found, so they'll at least take the lead into this second half. But paiN built up with enough of a cushion to buy up once more here. Look at the damage taken by Walko, but Big who takes it in return. So pretty even trade there by RBG and paiN, as Hext is looking, waiting for someone to peek around this corner. But paiN Gaming, now they've fallen off that aggression. RBG are the ones to gain control of Banana Mike.
This is a nice early bit of map control. paiN Gaming, the adjustment was to focus maybe a bit more in towards this brackets fight, and well, RBG have been content to take other ground. How do they end up? Where do the exec? Where's PKL float as the rotator? Double out towards either site. There's a chance here. Safety's been pretty quiet. I mean, he's 8 and 7, but by his standards, he's been pretty quiet.
We haven't seen very quiet.
Any ripper of a shots just yet. So if he comes alive, watch out. Not going to get an opportunity in this round. I don't think he'll be forced into a roll on the retake unless he gets a peek around real quick. And no, he will not. The third player does rotate, but the Moto Smoke actually brings him back. PKL misreading this situation. Wary of the wrap. Wary of the split. There's enough time. There's enough time for him to get on the scene. He's got a Molotov. That Molotov could ruin everything here. Doesn't throw it. Won't throw the Molotov just yet. Here comes the play. Execution coming in, but it's going to come down to the guns. And pressure's on for Viguzera. She has to float out, and that's well read. That's well held. Bomb will be planted. This is going to be a post-plant setup. It's going to be a retake for Chop and Axed to hold it back. That Molly had come down earlier. The round went. But as it is, Axed with the op-up might just be the one to secure it. It's on the neck is players. One player's position, no. The other out towards Banana. Flashbang to try and clear. Trying to just get lucky with some of these shots. And Axed will polish it all off. The coach coming on in here for his 3rd.
Wow. And we got the answer to our question as to who will be running that off. It will be Axed, and he got a nice little 3K. As you guys can see, 284 damage as well into that round. Wow. RBG get a 2nd in a row. And they're looking to make it 10 here, and given the economy of paiN, they are on for a very, very strong start to this BO3 in half number 1. We'll have to wait and see if they can convert, though. 3 Deagles, the MP9, and the Scout into Kiz's hands. In fact, Seifa is going to go with the Deagle instead. All right. Jitter. Molotov thrown into the window. That is for Boiler. It'll keep Nikiz off a little bit, and he actually steps into the fire. A little more than he would have liked. Goes down to 76 HP. As RBG are floating around the map here, Mike, trying to find an opening frag and hoping that paiN are the ones to make the first mistake.
RBG in the apps. RBG in the apps. Just a few Deagles arrayed against them, but it's safety on the other side. He'll spot the gun barrel. It's only one, though. One is fine from that position. Now, Necky there's no way he's getting out of that pit. Somehow does some damage with the Scout, but now they're locked out of sight. This bomb's going down. Holy cow, John. This is looking like double digits in the first half for RBG with their coach. This is not a scenario I expected, to say the least. Axe will be pushed off this first angle. That op will be lost. He can pressure further. Uzera Hards out, trying to recover, but too many angles to cover and no shots to hit. That's going to be it. 10-5 is our scoreline. We'll be back after this quick break.
to my face. Tell me now why you want to wait. Running out of words you wanna say. I've been looking for you, looking for you, looking for you. Take me down, leave me lost and found. Take me down.
And we're back. Second half here, a little bit of a shocker of a scoreline in the first is RBG have put themselves in prime position to make something of this game. 10-5 is the scoreline here on Inferno. And well, they're looking to close the distance here. Just 6 more rounds needed for this RBG squad, playing with Axta in the roster. And they'll be able to bring it through. Jitter, they get knocked down to 36 already, right off the rip. Just tried to go for a little information in the bedrooms, and his information was, hey, there's frag grenades incoming.
You have to imagine things will get a little simpler for paiN on their T side. Don't have to think as much about rotations on CT, and if they're going to fall back and be aggressive, you just have to be aggressive on T side, and that's what Safe is going to do here on Walco. Makes it a 5v4, and Jitter's already let down to 36. So an opportunity here for paiN to get a 6 on the board.
A moment of quiet here, John.
What's up?
Just a moment of quiet.
Yeah.
Moment given over. Is that going to pull the full rotation for RBG? What is this? What have they even seen?
Oh, I don't know.
What? That was a CT smoke, right? Am I crazy?
I mean, I didn't see it, to be honest with you, so I'm not sure. But
I
it's a
don't
very,
know why a T would smoke off that choke point, but they're going to full stack. They're going to gamble this, and their gamble is going to be wrong. Okay.
It's strange, and no matter which way you look at it.
Yeah, this is a super weird call. But here they go. Okay. Out they are. Bomb will eventually make its way towards the site. Then the question becomes for RBG, do you full 4-on-5 retake this? How do you want to get back in? What's the plan here? They do have 2 flashes to come back over. That seems to be the call. So I guess this was just a full 50-50 gamble. Huh. With deep control in towards mid, 2 players in here to control the rotates. They're going to know that lane is clear. They're not going to have an issue with this, so they can fully focus on the library fight. This is a really good hold for paiN, and RBG is going to respect it. They're going to back away and save with 4 alive in a pistol round. This is highly unorthodox, to say the least.
I think everything that's happening in this round is unorthodox, right? Saving four players saving on the pistol round, and then a full rotation to one site without much information. PKL is going to take down Chop, who was hanging around a little bit, and I think Nikiz is hunting for a little more kill bonus in his pocket. But at the end of the day, it is going to be a 6-round gain for paiN Gaming. And RBG, well, at least they get the body armor into this next round, but that was just weird.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know what to make of that round. I'm still wrapping my brain around it. I want explanations. I want answers. I mean, the answer is that they went for a 50-50 gamble just with no information off of it. Which, if you're going to do that, I mean, maybe just do that at the beginning of the round. I don't know. It's a weird one. But pistol rounds can get weird. So let's see if maybe with the saved weaponry, the saved bit of the arsenal, and now a force buy in the second, they can make something happen here. Walco looking for it, get some info. But at least for the moment, no damage done just yet.
Ooh, a lot of fire exchange between Walco and Nikiz, and Walco takes the worst of it. But it is just I shouldn't say just, they are forcing up our RBG into this round with 3 Deagles and 2 MP9s, but they're going up against a much stronger buy on the paiN side with 2 AKs, a Galil, and 2 MAC-10s into the mix. And you see paiN, again, they're showing a lot of respect for RBG, taking their time, calculating their executes, and Seifa is, well, he was thinking about throwing a flashbang, but decided against it, at least for the time being. And now paiN Gaming are going to readjust and head towards B.
This is the right call. There might be a crossfire here, but it's not much. Smoke goes down. It's going to ruin it. Axe will have to reposition towards the coffins. He's making a little bit of haste to do so. Flash perhaps to set up a teammate. Molly doesn't find the right location, so Chop's still alive by the new box. Certainly they won't overlook a position like this again. All-time flashbang. There we go. There's a ripper of a shot. Opportunity for more. Chop will eventually be overwhelmed. Jumping match that is hard to overcome. And this bomb's going down. Not a mucho that Axe can do about it. So it will be a retake. Presumably. This kill. Top of banana could be huge. If you're looking for it, we'll be able to hold that at bay. That's important. It would have been a rifle given over and a critical position given up. But as it is now, they should be able to defend this with crossfires fairly effectively. And I think they're going to save. Okay. Save called here. Pretty committed forward. They'll come off the angle. Try and do some economic damage, perhaps. Jitter, the last one, lingering here. He might just get away with something. What's he want to do? Die?
See what it is? Yeah, I don't...
What?
Okay. There's some very strange stuff going on for RBG to kick off this half. Maybe they want to call a timeout and talk things over at this point, Mike.
What? I think... All right, so generously, I'm going to say what his plan was to chase those last few and get the damage right at the end and have them die with the bomb. But your timing was way off, my guy, if that was the plan. And even then, like, it's much easier to buy on the T side. I don't know, John. What do you think?
Well, the problem is he didn't really bait them into it, right?
No,
you have to fire a few shots off or something to keep them around long enough to go for that type of play, but he didn't. So yeah, it was. I understand that was probably his intention. You're just very, well, that wasn't executed to the point that he should have. Let's say. Either way, paiN Gaming are gonna get a second here, Mike.
Nice crossfire here in mid. This is the trap. This is the trap around the 4 players up. If Walco dies, there's no one here. Don't die, Walco. Drop your smoke, my guy. They're going to start to realize no one's here. Your position doesn't matter once everyone's dead and they can't go through. Yep, okay. Walco's found. Quickly, paiN Gaming is going to realize, hey, it's another stack. Let's just leave. We're leaving the bomb perhaps a moment too long. What is this? Why are you pushing out? What's the advantage here? All right, paiN wants some kills. And they will get them, so fair play. Okay, fine.
I mean,
it works. You recognize with a sight that the stack is not on, and then you go looking for the stack. But Hard Zao just is that good. So I guess shut me up real quick.
I suppose. Is it a full moon today? Tonight?
Yeah, what are these players doing, man?
I don't know.
This is a weird Inferno game. I feel like, as much as I enjoy watching Inferno, I feel like I usually know what to expect out of Inferno.
Yeah.
There's some weird decisions being made. But hey, that one works for paiN. Obviously, the threat wasn't major. They weren't going to lose the round. It would have more about losing a rifle or two. But they don't, so fair dinkum.
We're going to see Seife come out here. He's just firing through the smoke on the left and spamming and pre-firing on the right, just trying to make sure that RBG can't really gain any space towards bracket. But Jitter is thinking about it. He's got the M4 in his hands. He wants to try and find that opener. Now he's backed off to Arch, and again, both teams at a bit of a stalemate. But RBG not challenging too much for banana control because, well, utility is a little limited. They were getting a fight right now with Nikiz, but Seife in the meantime has spotted out Jitter, and that will throw a loop into the plans for RBG, you would think. But they are holding on to the B site for the time being. Chop fending off Nikiz.
Nice smoke as well. Did that smoke at Arch really pull the third? Huh.
Yeah.
RBG really snapping at some of these rotates quite aggressively. Another smoke on B. Is that going to slow it down, or is paiN just going to come through? Knowing them, yeah, they're just going to come through. There's the flashbangs for it. Why not? Molly comes in, but it's a little late. Walco's forced off the position. Good kill on Nikiz. Had to get that wrap. Otherwise, he was done for, and the chicken takes the brunt of that nade.
Jeez.
Poor chicken. Poor chicken. Bomb's going to go down eventually. The health's not good for Seife and Bigu. This could be bad. Big kill to find first. You need some more. They're all coming from the same direction. You know you've got banana control. But Seife's got to be the insurance policy. He really can't afford to fight here early. Not with the health that he's got. If he goes down, this becomes very much in doubt. PKL battling forward. This could get awkward, but time's whittling off the clock. They need to make a move now if they're going to do so. They're out of util, so it's just left to the guns. Here they go. Here comes the move. They kill the find for Hearts out. Now strong position by the Coffins.
Oh.
He'll make use of it. He'll make it good, and that'll be paiN Gaming to close the gap to 1.
What a turn by Hearts Out to get that second frag. That is huge for paiN. Honestly, when they get that first one to make it a 3v3 towards construction, towards church, I should say, that really helps because you get rid of the pincer attack and you really nullify that risk of an immediate retake coming through from RBG. So they have to reset up, kind of get everyone in position, burns time off the bomb timer, and then, of course, paiN Gaming were able to hold on at the very end. So they pick up a 9th. RBG are now stuck on pistols. It's going to be 3 Deagles, the CZ, and the P250 in their hands. And Chop, well, he's waiting on the B site along with Walco, but they're not going to stack a site here, Mike. They send 3 players towards truck side at the very least, stacking that side of the A site, but 2 over at B, and Axe, though, wanders a step too far there. PKL going to take his head clean off, was waiting for that to happen, and now RBG are fended off by a Molotov.
Ooh,
Okay.
Good job. Okay. Probably not going to matter too much in the ultimate course of this round, but it was a nice shot. It's a real nice shot. Bomb's still going to go down. It is a gun game for RBG. Probably just going to save that gun. Safety's already going to go on the hunt. That was 18 and 8, which considering the scoreline is about to be 10 to 10 is mind-boggling. It's only died 8 times through 20 rounds. What? How? They saved so many times, I guess, on their CC side, which admittedly we were questioning some of those. Some conservative gamble calls, but it seems like paiN Gaming and RBG are actually kind of both on the same board with that, where we've seen the same early gambles. Delivery gun, but, you know, fortune she giveth, fortune she taketh away. Chop, he killeth. He might taketh away. Chop, take a thing away a lot. Won't quite get the ace. Nothing like an ace in a round you lose. But a 4K ain't bad.
I mean, obviously, paiN are chasing. They have a lot of money in the bank account, so they say, you know what, even if we lose everyone, it doesn't really matter because the bomb's going to explode regardless. So they get a 10th on the board. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That wasn't too bad for Chop. Maybe it'll warm him up a little bit more and get him rolling into this second half and help RBG get their rhythm back because they haven't won a single round since we've started it. No, we'll see an op come through for Axe. Maybe he can pull off some magic with that towards mid. A couple of AUGs and 2 M4s on the RBG side. And paiN Gaming, well, they are not going to run the op on Safa. They are just going to go for the AKs across the board. And PKL will have a peek towards mid to see if anyone's going to charge out here. But RBG are going for a more passive hold.
You know, I kind of wonder why no one ever spams the angle that a player would be on the balcony. I get that it's a really low percentage because there's a lot of different spots you can hold on that railing. But I feel like I've never seen a player spam. That's going to be a kill in. That's going to be 2 back the other way. Netkiz just bulldozing on in. 1 for Axe, but that's about all. And now 1 found in the periphery means that paiN can go towards either site, and they've got ample time with which to do it. And they're gonna. Jitter in the library will dump a Molotov, but he's the only one here, and they know it. They had a smoke come out from the CT side over on B, and they've had a player controlling Arch the whole time, so they know there is maximum 1 player here, and they will take advantage of that scenario, that situation. Player in the mini pit. Player dead in the mini pit. Round 1 by paiN Gaming. It's going to be a save for Chop. It's got to be.
Yep.
And they're not really going to let him.
No, they're going to try and hunt him down, but that is so well played for paiN. Obviously, you get the first 2 towards the B site. You kind of force RBG into a tough spot, but the round is still viable, right? You got 3 players still standing, you know, and you can try and rotate around to that B site if you have. Chop's waiting here for some more frags, but he won't get them. Bigu takes him down, but yeah, speaking of Bigu, he's the one who gets that lurk frag onto A, and that's when things just became dire for RBG. Like you said, paiN is able to go to either bomb site. They know they have a confirmed contact at B, and yeah, they did a great job isolating the final player on the A site and pit. Just well played across the board for the Brazilian squad.
Reminder, folks, of what's at stake here. If they win this matchup, they are in IEM Fall. You won't be eliminated if you lose it. You get 1 more try. But we're only eliminating 2 teams out of 8 here in this qualifier. So, a win here, you're done. Kind of a prime position to be in. paiN Gaming have run 6 rounds back to start this half. It feels wild that we're actually only 6 rounds into this half. I guess these have been slower rounds because you just feel like we've been in this scenario for a little while. Jitter's going to feel like it takes a little while to pick up that gun, but finally his E key cooperates. Stairs always make those weird in CS. Mm-hmm. He's going to be able to get away with that AK. Doesn't it feel like this half has been happening for ages? Is that just me?
It's been a lot of slow play from paiN, right?
Yeah.
Slower than we're used to, for sure.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I just was a little confused when I saw it's only been 6 rounds. But here it comes. Here comes the hit. X trying to hold for it. Will get a blind fire shot. A second as well. The salvaged AK makes this risky, and Walco does him one better. Oh my goodness. What is this round from RBG? Races through smoke. Players jumping around. AK's picked up. And maybe, just maybe, a round to win on the board. Safety has an opportunity. All right, Safe. I'm working on this. I need to just DM the guy. I've gone back and forth and forwards on this guy's pronunciation. Bomb is going to go down. And at this point, this man, this monster, this absolute legend, what does he have on deck for us?
I mean, he could pull this off, Mike.
You never want to count him out of a round. You just can't. Obviously, he doesn't have the AWP, but he is going to have a kill for free and all the time in the world to reposition because no one was threatening him from Banana, so he's gone. Leaf in the wind. Another player exposed. He's got the clutch. They gave it to him. One-on-one opportunities, and Safety will take those all day, every day. RPG. Oh, that's a catastrophe.
So, my goodness, Safe. You gotta be kidding me. The confidence in him too, right? He pushes out, goes towards Arch side, knows there's gonna be a player coming from there because they all have to rotate from the B side, gets the first one, goes all the way back around to the bomb site to get an angle on Library, and finds himself the second one. Perfectly isolates each engagement as well. That's just a thing of beauty. RBG have to be kicking themselves at this point as they don't take that round, and paiN Gaming are still perfect into this second half. Axe an opportunity to get an opening here. Potentially, no. Good flashbang thrown by PKL and a better smoke, so he has to fall off, and that gives paiN the space they're looking for to get into bracket. Oh, Walco gets the opener though. That's over at B. So Banana aggression from RBG pays off here. Still, paiN have a lot of space gained onto A, and that is why Hardzao is able to get that frag on Axe from the apartments. Here they come, charging on in. Jitter's holding the line, so is Hex. Frags come through, and perhaps a first round on the board in the second half for RBG right here.
Not willing to say it till Safety is dead.
No kidding.
Once he's dead, I'll consider the possibility. But not after last round. Not after last round. This time a good hold for Walco, though. He's jiggling the angle, which could... Well, looking for it. There's the shots through, and that's why he was jiggling. Wanted the info. Didn't want to die. They're going to pressure in. If they take this kill... Oh, no. If they take this kill, the B-site's right for the taking. Here's the wrap. He's going to be dead here in a moment. Walco can't get away. Anticipates it, but goes to Util. That kill comes in for free. 35 seconds. They've got the player isolated. These two on A are doing nothing about it just yet. Chop has to hold on for one. He does so. The second there as well. Okay, Chop holds the line. Backstop. There we go. That was too close. If Walco, because Walco goes down, right?
Yeah.
If Chop even trades 1-for-1, we're again in a winnable situation in the post plan for the clutch.
Honestly, that was the best win condition, the best move for a win condition for paiN in that round. Obviously
Really
coming through
good
CT. Yeah, that was an excellent read. And they get that frag. Chop really, literally had to stand on his head and make sure those two frags came through. Otherwise, I think paiN would have taken it again. Well, either way, RBG do get their first round on the board by hook or by crook. They do not care. They just have to find some rhythm and momentum. Walco sees a lot of utility being spent here towards Banana. He backs off for a more passive angle for the time being, looking for an info hop to come through over that half wall. Tosses an nade on through after that Molotov drops right in front of his face. Now, well, paiN Gaming. It looks like they just want to go for this one, Mike. Very early on in the round. Walco's going to get one, maybe a second. No. Nikiz comes through with the trade. And now Chop hiding right next to orange boxes. Looking for the opportunity to peek out here. Molotov goes for dark corner, and Big U will get the headshot on Chop. 4v3 bomb site taken, and Hardzow's in a perfect position to spot out the rotators. Axe is dropped.
It's got to be a save. Well, the only thing that could have gone wrong there for paiN on that take was if they forgot about one of the orange positions again. But they didn't. This time they cleared it from the pool. The clear comes in, the kill comes in, and now you're fine, right? Now you're A-OK, and they're already up on the chase. paiN Gaming looking for 13. RBG, their one-round win so far this half is going to be completely isolated. And this is such a bummer after the amazing first half. It's often them for things to fall apart like this. Big first kill for Hax's position now. No, he'll have to face on out. He knows if he goes wide in the open, he's a dead man. This will be the first. Jitter might get more, but no gun saved through. paiN Gaming is very happy to sacrifice their rifles to make sure that there is nothing working here for RBG.
That's something I really admire about paiN. They always go for the fight to try and get those guns out of the hands, or almost always go for the fights to try and really bring down the opposing team by getting nothing saved over into the following round. So again, that's what happens here. RBG would have had a couple of rifles. Instead, now they're settling for 3 Deagles, an MP9, and a P250 on the half buy. As paiN, AKs across the board once more. It's been working for them very well. Hardzao, in fact, has been the one to take the lead on the scoreboard here with 21 frags. Bigu supporting well with 19. And Seifa, although he's quieter, he has been very effective. That 1v3 clutch in particular was so impressive. Oh, Jitter, an opportunity here with the MP9 up close. PKL spots him, though, and he backs off, waits for Hardzao to move into position, and Hardzao will help him by taking down Hex. In the meantime, the Kid's doing work over FB. Wildco takes him down, picks up the AK, and will back off with it. So, a rifle gain from RBG, but I think it's going to be a 4v2 soon. It is.
Yeah. A gun saved at least. Maybe. They're not going to let him have it.
No, I don't think
They're
so,
not going to
Mike.
let him have it. They haven't even planted the bomb. They're like, yeah, we've got so much map control. We're going to keep you hemmed into B. 3 players are going to be watching B. And we'll go plant the bomb solo. That's how much control they have right now. This is insane. That they're this close to the hunt before the bomb's even gone down. You just don't see that very often. But they knew exactly where Wildco is, and he's stuck. He knows he can't leave. It's just a matter of time. It's like the guillotine is hanging above his neck, and he knows it's coming down. He's just going to try and take one of them with him, and he couldn't do that here. So RBG have just been blanked out of this half. The op's going to come out here for Axed again. We've got some AUGs. At least maybe that's an answer. But they have just not been able to hold up the onslaught of paiN Gaming.
That's just demoralizing too, right? When paiN is hunting you down, really trying to trounce you into the ground before they even plant the bomb. I mean, showing that level of confidence has to be concerning. If you're on the RBG side, they have to find a way to slow this momentum. But, I mean, 1 round versus the 9 that paiN have in this second half is not going to do the trick. Chop going to toss a nade. That will connect. No, actually, it misses Nekiz, sorry. He will get the shot on Wildco as he charges on through. Chop at least gets the trade. But we're sitting at a 4v4 right now, Mike.
All right. Next. Gotta hit it. Hits the first. There we go. That's what was required of him. We'll take some ground, take some real estate, but not much to build on here, actually, for paiN. They are very spread out. And not a disadvantage. Oh, no. Safety. One more kill. One more kill and B's open, right for the taking. This is all they've got here, right? If this Coffins player goes down, it's curtains. And I don't think he knows how far forward this player is. Only to start to clear some angles. That'll start to float the rotator, maybe. Yes, it does. Too little, too late, though, I think. Cross smoke goes up. Chop has to stay alive here, and the Molotov will force him back, so he will. An advantage here in the retake, and there's a gap in that smoke. It nearly costs them. But the bomb will be planted. Now paiN Gaming can hold on in the post. Full retake on. RBG obviously cannot afford to even consider the possibility of not going for this. So they've got the advantage. Now they need to press it. They need to make this happen. Jitter trying to clear in on the angles. There's a decent crossfire setup in the back corner and pool. Letting a lot of time come off this clock. Starting to make you real nervous about it. Here comes the exec. You gotta go. Pushes come to shove. Hex down a second as well. And this might be over and done with. Chop 2 huge kills, but he doesn't have the time. They've already lost this round.
I think they have
Does he
time,
have
Mike.
it?
They should
He
be able
has
to get
it.
this
He's
defusal,
got
yeah.
it. Wow. Okay.
But that was an incredible clutch. Chop again. I mean, talked about it earlier. Maybe he was warming up with those frags on the exits from the bomb site for paiN. And yeah, that seemed to be the case. Awesome 3K for him. RBG's back on the board. They get a 12th. The problem is for them that paiN still has plenty of cash, and they're going to have to do it all over again. What a round, though. That retake is just, you had to be perfect, and Chop was.
Nice little nade there. Didn't actually do that much, but I like it. I like it. That particular timing nade. Catch the player jumping up in towards bedroom. They're just going to go for a very straightforward take. This is dry. Oh, they're going to catch the timing of the player with the smoke.
Oh.
Poor Chop. He was the hero of the last round. This time he just gets timing off of a dry peek from paiN. Oh, and paiN there is ahead of this. That's a little bit too much. Bridge too far. Walker's able to bring back the kill, but this bomb's down and now it's ticking away. And this time they've got far better post-plant scenarios. They got 4 alive. They have a guy bottom of banana in the underpass to make sure no one's coming from this side of the map. We can then start to group up. Rifles on. Molotov. In. Kills coming through. And this one's looking like a little bit more of a shutdown. All onto Axe, and there's just no way. No chance. That's going to be map point found for paiN Gaming here. You know, John, one thing I've noticed about myself. I said Molotov once intentionally, and now I can't stop myself. It's just too much fun.
Why did you say that intentionally?
Because it's like a name. Molotov.
Oh, okay.
Right? I don't know. It amused my brain, and now it's like stuck in there. It's wedged in there.
Fair enough. I mean, but yeah, I don't know what to say to that, Mike. Is there a reason? Is it a meme or?
No, I mean, it is now. I'm making it a meme. That's how this works, right, folks? Start clipping it, spread it, tweet it, ratio it. I don't know. What else? What else are the kids doing these days? Use it in a D's nuts jokes. That seems to be what all the kids are doing on Twitter.
There you go.
I don't
find a way to
know how
work
any of
that
this
in.
works.
Oh man. But, you know, that was a really convincing round for paiN. Awesome work for them going to that B site and just taking control of it. You saw an attempted retake come through, and in fact, there was a nice peek from Coffins, but it just wasn't enough. paiN were ready to shut down, and that deep control down the end of Banana towards mid really was the difference maker. That was Hardzal holding there saying, hey guys, no one's here, so all you have to do is focus on CT and Coffins and isolate the fights. And with that type of control, well, yeah, you saw the result, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You did. You certainly did. So, for RBG, this timeout caused by a player disconnecting.
Yes.
As we see from the chicken that's taken his place in spawn.
back.
Oh, okay. Didn't take long.
They
They're
could
like,
have
all
fought
right,
with the chicken, though.
You can go your own way. You can leave now. We don't need you. Strap an HE to a chicken and pull a pin and send it in the enemy's direction.
Oh, no.
All right,
No,
fine.
no.
Give the chicken a deagle.
There we go. Now you're talking. Let the chicken defend itself. Don't just make it a weapon of war, right?
That would be a fun CS game mode, you know, in one of these operations. You're on a map and there's just a million chickens and they have deagles. Or, you know, just give them a weaker gun. Give them like just a Glock. Just an army of chickens with Glocks coming at you, and you have to see how many you can take down before you're overwhelmed by the
I like it. It's like a zombie mode
horde.
but with chickens.
Yeah. All right. Here's the proposal. Valve, Volvo, if you're listening to this. Chicken horde mode. Army of Glock chickens. You can have a Negev too, or an M249. So it's just really like feathers flying. You could call it feathers flying. That can be the name of the game mode. I'm just a game dev right here. I want to cut Valve. When that one goes in the next operation, just give me a nice skin or something.
Yeah, and you
all
can
I
have
ask.
boss chickens too, Mike, like the huge
Yo,
chickens that just come
then
in.
that's the next step. Chicken
Yeah.
skins. You have agent skins, chicken skins. Now we're thinking with portals. You're just going to come and play around, though. This could be the last round of the map, so I'll try and give it some decorum here. Nekias making some nice inroads. This B side has been right for the taking. It seems like they want to pressure it again. Nekias gets shot back by a teammate, so that's his reward. And he was like, my bad, guy. I'll jump up here so I don't do that again.
Yeah, Bigga making a lot of noise here. I mean, if you're RBG, you have to probably think, okay, this is obviously just trying to fake us out. As Big U again going to spam through. Lots of flashes being thrown here on the RBG side, so that's why paiN has to spam a little bit, maybe expecting RBG to go for a bit of a push. And now Hex getting wall banged down to 75 by Hardzao in those A apartments, and as a result, Hex is going to back off here. He doesn't want to go down without seeing his opponent. Look at that bracket control, Mike.
It is a lot of ground. It's a lot of real estate, and this Arch player is not really going to be able to support if a Moto Smoke comes in and they go for a fast play in. So Hexed, I think, needs to come up ham here. He was good in that first half. We had some serious Hexed moments. Oh, the flash timing is pretty rough here. Doesn't quite catch Big Uzera. Will get the first. Playing with the smoke well. Sets up Jitter for more. They need this damage, though, and Hexed is now down to the count. There's going to be left to Jitter. Dancing around with an MP9, trying to buy time. There's only so much that can be bought. This bomb is down. Advantage found for paiN, and got enough time to spare to get this plant through. It's all going to be left to Walko and Axed. Hero play time for all Axed. Game flank, never mind. No chance to even start. He's going to be the spawn of the next. Just 16 points of health for Walko now, and he still got to deal with the player in the balcony. And I think that might just be his death. As soon as he strikes for Nekias on site, Hardzao will shoot him in the back. There should be no way out of this scenario. And indeed, he will be dropped. 16-12 is the scoreline. paiN Gaming move up 1-0.